Alright, ads are over, so let's get this show on the road. Welcome on in, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hope everyone is doing great. Today we have Summer Game Fest, by the way. Not that it might be anything of interest, I think. I don't know if there's gonna be any good announcement. I'm a bit on the edge regarding the company that hosts it, so yeah. I don't know if anything good will come from it. But yeah, welcome on in. Today I have a bit of two things that I need to do. First one, I want to learn about RabbitMQ. It's sort of a messaging system type thing. So yeah, because job market now requires a lot of senior devs to learn at least one, either RabbitMQ or Kafka, apparently. So, yeah, since Boot.dev has RabbitMQ, I'm gonna try it. See, basically, if I can get the hang of how things work. I know of PubSub, I remember using it with Twitch back in the day. But I don't know much about the inner workings of it. So, yeah, this is basically going to be a refresher course for me, which is going to be good. The other thing we need to do is essentially the item selection UI for the coding minigame kind of thing in Code Tulip. But that's going to be a sort of the easy one now that I have the structure. But yeah, been a long day, basically. Searching a lot of job applications and yeah, also contacting my university to see if I can, how should I say it, resubmit basically my university submission, like trying to get back into the course for engineering. It's not gonna be easy, but my goal would be trying to find some kind of job that wouldn't be as demanding. I could earn enough for me to go to university, study maybe live on Twitch, basically so you guys could see and help me study for university. And yeah, try to see if I can get university done, because as much as I don't like it, nowadays, if I'm not an engineer with essentially a university certification, yeah, I'm not gonna get that many jobs for basically the salary that would be for my class. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, isn't it? But yeah, shouldn't affect anything regarding Code Tulip, hopefully. Still haven't decided to go back to university, at least. Though I have until the 16th to do it. So yeah, basically that's been my day so far. I'm also going to adjust the monthly schedule. I've noticed that not many people have been interested in the gaming stream, so I might tinker around with the schedule a bit, focus more on Code Tulip, more on these learning sessions as well, and take out the gaming sessions, or at least most of them. So yeah, that's mostly what I'm planning right now. But yeah, how has class been doing while stream has been off? Do tell. But yeah, let me then start this while you guys are basically getting in. So we start with what is a PubSub. PubSub is a pattern software system software systems can use to communicate. It enables architectures that can be more scalable, reliable, and maintainable. We'll be learning about the advantages and disadvantages of PubSub systems and how to build backend architectures that use them. That's good. What is PubSub? There's a video, but let's just read. Reading is good for us. PubSub systems are the opposite of point-to-point systems. In point-to-point systems, the sender is painfully aware of the receiver. For example, an HTTP request is point-to-point. The client sends a request directly to the server, and the server sends a response directly back to the client. Yep, that. Wait, ads only finished now? Did I do my whole spiel while ads were running, or did I only see the message now? I'm gonna guess I didn't do my spiel while ads were running on Twitch. And it might have been just my distraction that I didn't see the message. Oh, and of course, OBS decides to drop the frames. I do wonder how yesterday I managed to stream 2 hours and a half without OBS dropping a single frame, and today it dropped already a few frames. Funny how that works, huh? Oh well. But yeah, where was I? Oh, yeah. PubSub is a messaging pattern where senders of messages, publishers, do not send messages directly to receivers, subscribers. Instead, they just publish to a single broker. The publisher doesn't need to worry about who all the subscribers are. The broker is responsible for delivering a copy of the message to any interested subscribers. Twitter works like a PubSub system. When you tweet, you don't individually list all of the followers you want to send your tweet to. Instead, you just tweet, and Twitter's servers deliver your tweet to all of your followers. Yeah, that makes sense. So it acts as a queue system, in a way. Kind of. Okay, so here it's a tweet. Oh, point to point. Should be an... I mean, an email should be also something similar, right? A blog article is mostly... Okay, it's an email. Huh. Interesting. Okay, explain. They even have their own, like, AI sort of thing. Explain the solution to the multiple choice question. Okay, in the context of this lesson, the point-to-point system is defined by a sender being painfully aware of the receiver. The reason an email is the most like a point-to-point system is that when you compose an email, you must explicitly specify the exact address of the recipient. The communication is directed from one specific party to another specific party. Fair enough. Okay, and now we have a spell book regarding PubSub. This is fun, honestly. Next lesson. Which is most like a PubSub system? Text message, physical letter, phone call, a YouTube video. YouTube video? Since we are going by the whole Twitter thing, where you post a tweet and it gets delivered to your followers, so you post a video and it gets delivered to your subscribers, supposedly. But we all know YouTube not always basically handles that correctly, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. I don't need an explanation on that one. That one was quite clear. Okay, publisher. In this course, we'll be building out components of Peril. Peril? How do you say that word? A make-believe clone of the classic game Risk. The only difference is that it's online in real time. PubSub systems are particularly useful when many events are happening in real time and disparate. Disparate? Is that a word in English? Really? Huh. Well, I'll be damned. Never heard of it, honestly, in all my years speaking English. Disparate parts of the system need to react to those events. While PubSub is an architecture that often refers to messages being sent between programs or sometimes even between machines on a network, let's start with a simple PubSub system that runs in a single program. Yes, Ollie, I like your cat. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everyone. Let me see. I got something I want to rant about, but I am not sure if a public live is the best place to do so. You can do it in the vent channel on Discord. So yeah. Let me just take care of something. And hidden. Just doing something on the YouTube side, because yeah. How are you doing? I'm scrolling through everyone's live stream showing my support. Fair enough. Welcome, dude Dandruff. That's a nice name. Welcome on in. But yeah. I'd say to send it in the venting chat tips. If you're not sure if live stream is the best place for it, yeah, I'd say that's the second best place. Let me just see, because I see notifications. Wait! Tips, do you know Simo? Sadly, the player that we found out died today, the Yu-Gi-Oh player and the Yu-Gi tuber. Apparently he played in the store where I used to go to tournaments. I didn't even know that. Holy. Golly. But yeah. Quite a sad event, honestly. Yeah, basically today we found out that unfortunately he passed away from his long battle against cancer. May his soul rest in peace. Used to love watching him in Raw Run. Yeah. Unfortunately, that was the last time we saw him. But yeah, today apparently I found out as well that he was a player, or has played in the past, in the shop I used to frequent. Holy. But yeah. Where are you from? I want an accent like that. I'm from Portugal, but my accent isn't very Portugal speaking English. In a way, like, my accent is a bit of a variation of multiple accents in one. I'm not exactly sure how I got it. But yeah, some people have told me I have a voice for radio. If that's true or not, I do not know, but it might. Live from Portugal, it's your host, Professor Leo. No. That's the last time I do that. But yeah. Sadly, yeah. But yeah, didn't mean to bring down the mood. Apologies for that. Was just reading some comments a few friends were leaving, so yeah. Quite a sad event today. If I had a dime for each time I was confused for an Australian, I would have 2 nickels. Huh, which isn't much, but weird happened 2 times. Wait, what was the Doofenshmirtz quote? I know I just butchered it, but yeah. With me, I sometimes get confused by, I'd say, Americans, in a way. I can do sometimes a bit of an Irish accent, but I don't know. I'll be right back. I gotta grab a strawberry banana smoothie real quick. Okay, go for it. Hope it's good. But yeah. Where was I? I was here. Okay. PubSub systems are particularly useful when many events are happening in real time and disparate parts of the system need to react to those events. Correct. Oh, I finally got the badge for watch time from Operation Bloom. I now have it. Yippee. Can I equip it on my... Okay, I might not be able to equip it unless I open the Twitch chat for real. And not the one in the dashboard. Oh well. While PubSub is an architecture that often refers to messages being sent between programs, or sometimes even between machines on a network, let's start with a simple PubSub system that runs in a single program. In Peril, users control armies, represented as an array of pieces. When a piece moves to a location that contains a piece owned by another player, a battle occurs. Whenever a player makes a move, we need to publish a message telling the game that a move has occurred. Read the do battles function. Note that it expects a list of move messages that were published earlier. Complete the march function. It should create a move message and send it via the publish move function. Okay, so we have the march. And we have the publish move. I see. So the publish move here is a single object. Here it requires two objects. Oh, but this is do battles. Never mind. Send via the publish move. Okay, so should be able to do something like publish move. This is in TypeScript, so do bear in mind that I'm not the best at doing this. Okay, I might need to first create a new variable of type move. Okay, const move, move. How do you assign a new to this? Freedom really is a virtue. How so? Let me just say TypeScript instantiate new object. Create new object is what I mean. Yeah. Create new variable of type. Okay. Let me just take a good look at it. Does it require me to do something like a new marker? I don't think so. Just some things going on. Okay, if you want to talk about it, we have a good venting space in the server. If you need it. Let me just see some messages. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I just need to declare it like that. Why is move? Const declaration must be initialized. Okay. Equals new move. Is it like this? And then I can define something like username test or username equals test. Okay, that should be it. Piece equals. Oh. User dot name and like this. Move only refers to a type, but is being used as a value here. So, do I need to do it like this? And then define it like this? Okay, it does seem to be like that. Okay, publish move. Move. Run. It worked. Sorry, I was distracted with this exercise. Apologies, traveler. Welcome on in. How are you? But yeah, I'm trying to learn RabbitMQ before I start my work on Code Tulip. Nice try, Tulip. Now those pipes don't bother me as much. Ah. Okay, we passed the exercise. Yada yada. Mm-hmm. Is it though? Give me a second because I see an email. Okay, nothing important. I need to pay attention to my emails because of university, but shouldn't be important right now. Yeah. Okay. Also, on YouTube, we are getting close to 250 subs. Yay! We are growing so much on YouTube. It's amazing. Though, we are still far away from the 500 goal. I'm doing alright, Professor. So even professors take tests from time to time. Yeah, especially when I'm trying to find a new job. And most jobs require me to learn about messaging systems like Kafka and RabbitMQ. So, I'm essentially trying to learn it. Publishers publish and subscribers subscribe. You might also hear a few alternative terms. Publisher equals producer or sender. Subscriber, consumer or receiver. Okay. Let's further separate the subscribing logic from the distribution logic. Complete the do battles function. It takes a user and an array of moves. It should return an array of pieces that represents the user's pieces that are in battle. For each move, compare the moving piece's location to the location of every piece the user controls. If a moving piece shares a location with the user's piece, a battle occurs. Add the user's pieces to the result array. The result array should follow the order of the moves array, include duplicates if they occur. Do not deduplicate. Kafka, isn't that Sonic? Is it? Kafka. Is it something like that? Don't touch below this line. Okay, fair enough. Why is piece? Oh, requires a return. Fair enough. Const pieces is a piece. This equals close brackets. For int I equals 0, I lesser than. Should it be user dot pieces dot lengths? Okay. Reminder, I am not an expert in Kafka. Okay. Force of habit when I use types in my force instead of var and let and const. My bad. But yeah, now we have basically an iteration. Okay, for each move. Oh, for each move, compare the moving piece's location to the location of every piece the user controls. So this is more of an inside of this one. For var I equals 0, I lesser than moves dot lengths I plus plus, and then this one will be j. This is basically just to iter through the for loop. As I explained in my video that is on my YouTube channel about loops. Selfless plugin? A shameless plugin, I mean. But yeah, moving on. Let me see. For each move, compare the moving piece's location to the location of every piece the user controls. If a moving piece shares a location with the user's piece, a battle occurs. Add the user's piece to the result array. So, var equals I. Let me put this allocation outside. Okay. Var piece position. What does move have? Okay, it also has a piece. Var. Okay, var piece equals user.pieces j. Okay. Something like this. If move dot piece dot location equals piece dot location pieces dot push. Yeah, it has push. Move dot piece. Oh, has to be this one. Okay. The result array should follow the order of the moves array. Include duplicates if they occur. Okay, so I don't need to double check anything. I think I can just return and run. Yay! It worked! What did I miss? I was so focused on this that I didn't even notice the messages popping up. I hope you guys are taking notes, because this is an important class. You will require to know this at the end of the lesson. Nah, I'm joking. I don't have the knowledge to basically teach about Kafka and the RabbitMQ. Okay, submit. But yeah, essentially we needed two loops, one to iterate through the moves and one inside of it to iterate through the pieces, to compare the location of the piece that is trying to move and the piece that the user has out of all of them. So yeah, apparently that's it. Just that. Okay, event-driven design. Ooh, the microservices. Now this is what I know. PubSub systems are often used to enable event-driven design or event-driven architecture. An event-driven architecture uses events to trigger and communicate between decoupled systems, aka microservices, that are basically divided into multiple systems. One such example could be you have a catalog management API separated from a order management API separated from an inventory API. And essentially then you have as well a billing API somewhere, each of them represented by a single API project in the cloud, divided by basically instances. Say, for example, Amazon's EC2 instances, if I'm not mistaken. And you have to find a way to communicate between them, if they depend on each other, that is. If I'm explaining correctly. It's been a while since I've worked with microservices. Lately it's been monolithic projects, so yeah, kind of a bit complicated to sometimes explain. Also, Traveler, thank you for the 3-stream streak. Mm-hmm.
Sister once again mistakes demolition for design.
Oh no.
See also
Holy.
Oh, I'm Chaos. Says the spreadsheet goblin who color coded her laundry last week.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos is only chaos when it's not documented to it. My laundry has a schema.
Is that so? Okay, moving on. Some applications use a microservices architecture rather than a monolithic one. That just means that the backend of their application has been broken up into smaller applications that talk to each other, exactly like I explained. Multiple instances of the applications on EC2 that communicate with each other. You need a broker to essentially handle that. While it's not always the case, many microservices architectures are event-driven. Instead of one service commanding the other service to do something, they just say, hey, this thing happened. If you care about it, you can do something. As you can see by this image. Please send an email verification to the email service. Okay, I sent it. Please create a new payment plan to the billing service. Okay, I created it. The blogging service, however, doesn't know what is happening besides it. So yeah. While event-driven, I'll send an email. A user signed up. You have a broker in the middle, that says to the email service to create an email verification, and to the billing service to create a new payment plan. The billing service, again, doesn't care. So it doesn't receive anything. I just see. Got a reply to something. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. About wanting to go back to university. Yeah. In the event-driven architecture above, the auth service doesn't have to know about anything about email verification or billing. It just says, hey, a user signed up, then the billing and email services listen for that event and do their respective jobs on their own. Event-driven systems make it so developers have to think about, I'd say, less stuff when working on a single part of the system. I thought the event-driven systems are really cool, but then I grew up. That's a good one. Yeah, it's less stuff. Because most likely your broker will handle all of that. Yeah. Runtime error at 3 a.m. That's a good one. Yeah, but the reality is just, it's not debuggable. Yeah, fair enough. Unless you're aggressively tracing who sends and who responds. I think we had a way when I worked in microservices. I don't remember how, but we tracked who sent and who received, in a way. Also, execution order is not non-deterministic. Is now non-deterministic, yeah. That's a good point as well, yeah. Sadly, it's something I have to learn if I want a job. As much as it hurts. Yeah. Oh well. Moving on to the next lesson. PubSub systems are often... Huh? The what in a what now? Does it hurt? It hurt as much as the pipes did? Maybe not. People be trying anything to not just write down the code that does the thing, no. Essentially. Though, if we take a look, Twitch also uses PubSub. Though I have a feeling they use their own kind of thing for PubSub, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they have like something like RabbitMQ. No, wait. They use AWS, so it might be SQS, if I'm not mistaken. Still doesn't make it better, but yeah. Oh well. The things I do for work. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that pain. The IRC, WebSocket, PubSub, and REST API. For these two, I only use IRC and API. Can't microservices be useful for large computational tasks? I wouldn't say so. Especially if those computational tasks rely on a certain order of completion, if I'm not mistaken. I wouldn't be very trusting on it, honestly. Like, to give a bit of context on my work experience, a few years ago, I worked in a microservices architecture that relied on essentially having APIs that were defined by TMF or TM forum. I don't think I have access to the Open API documentation for it, but essentially there's specific rules that had to be followed for order, catalog, billing, essentially every part of the work logic had to follow these API definitions per se. And yeah, essentially we executed them as separate microservices in AWS. It was a whole mess, which to me has been a blank lately because I don't remember much of how we did it. In 10 years of coding, I've never seen a place where microservice architecture actually solved the problem instead of it was always a bad decision. Yeah, kinda, yeah. Gives more trouble than it's worth, honestly. Well, a monolithic project, you already know where everything is, and you can easily trace it back. Although that's our opinions, so yeah. But yeah, I still need to basically try to compile a bit of more information on microservices, because my implementation might also not have been the best. But yeah, that's essentially it. Nowadays, most jobs are moving towards microservices, and we still don't know if it's a good idea. So yeah. Either way, it is what it is. If we want to have a job, we have to put up with it, unfortunately. On what part was I? ADHD in a nutshell. I keep forgetting where I was reading. Some applications use microservices architecture rather than a monolithic one. That just means that backend. Okay, yeah, that one I already read. Well, it's not always the case. Many microservices architectures are event-driven instead of one service commanding the other services to do something. And they just say, hey, this happened. If you care about it, you can... Oh, I already read this, all of it. I have had dinner. As I said, I get easily distracted. But yeah, I've had dinner. Welcome on in, Tendel. How are you? Never happens to be. Oh,
That's why the staging server smells like burnt popcorn.
burn pop.
Burnt popcorn? Daisy, that was supposed to be caramel corn from
Ayo, the CI pipeline is next to the compiler. Oh wait, that's not good. Hi, I'm okay. How are you? I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to learn about RabbitMQ because nowadays most jobs that I'm seeing require me to know this. Yay. And so yeah, I'm trying to force the knowledge onto me. Essentially, I wanted to do an event where a company wanted. I went to an event where a company wanted to show off their AI agent stuff. I wore one of my Microsoft MVP T-shirts. That they reacted. That's a good one. They didn't tell me, but there I said, "Why are you here?" Poop. Golly. I wish I had some Microsoft merch, honestly. Most I have is a dev.to shirt that I use as a pajama nowadays because it's old. I don't have many like company merch, honestly. Oh well. Okay. In event-driven design, a service that doesn't care about an event is ignored by a publisher. No, ignores the event. A non-event driven design, such a service is ignored by the publisher, ignores the event. Let me just see here. I think it's, let me see, an event-driven design service that doesn't care about an event. Ignores the event, supposedly. Yeah, okay, good. I did tell them afterwards that my knowledge is on an entirely different level. I know the tech stuff, but this was more end user usage stuff, which I'm not as good at. Oh, fair enough. Uh, keep the momentum going. Your free trial continues either way. If you're already committed to leveling up, grab a membership now and keep going. Continue free trial. How long is the free trial? Also, am I allowed to stream this? Now that I think about it. Shouldn't be a problem, right? Be a professional streamer like me. Do first, then research. Should be fine, right? Oh, yeah. Depends on what you mean by streaming. Live coding and walkthroughs. Creators often stream their progress or host live coding sessions as they work through the Boot.dev curriculum. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I can stream without any issues. Good to know. Okay, RabbitMQ. A message broker is a middleman that allows different parts of the system to communicate without knowing about each other. Everyone is friends with the message broker, and the message broker is friends with everyone. RabbitMQ is a popular open source message broker that implements the AMQP protocol, and I've personally been using it happily, well, most happily, for years. It's great because it's open source, flexible, powerful, and reasonably easy to use. There are a few things we are going to use to interact with RabbitMQ. The RabbitMQ server, the message broker itself, is a server you can run locally or on a server in production. Send and receive messages. Client library. We'll be programming in TypeScript, so our code will use the AMQP library to interact with the RabbitMQ server. Management UI. RabbitMQ comes with a management UI that you can use to monitor and manage your RabbitMQ server. It's a web-based UI that you can access in your browser. Assignment. Let's get Rabbit 3.13.0 or higher installed locally. For simplicity, we're going to use Docker. If you're brand new to Docker, you might want to check out our Docker course first. I'm not new to Docker, so for me it's fine. Run this command in the terminal to start RabbitMQ. Okay. This doesn't have the -d, so I can eventually Control-C and it basically goes bye-bye. I'm at the copy-paste level of Docker, fair enough. I'm at a massive container server kind of level that is deployed via Jenkins. So yeah, all of this is all of the apps I'm running at the moment. I do know the basics, but I haven't really spent time digging into it. Fair enough. What's Creator Hub? Oh, it's a tool that I use to basically get around with my stuff. Like, for example, Command Center. It's a bit UI made by AI because I didn't have the time to design the UI itself. But I can edit my schedule from here. For example, I select this one. It's already formatted. I'll load a custom font. Say, for example, if I go here and say graphics, is it in graphics? I think so. Stream package, font, unicephalon. There it is. Somewhat. The interface itself, yes. The functionality, kinda-ish. I've had help from Claude, but most of it I've been doing myself. Then there's also the calendar that has all my events. So yeah, this is basically for me to organize myself in a way. There's also like Jenkins is also in the container. Most of my apps are in the container. For example, library.omegaleo.dev. This is in a container running on my local server. And I just have Cloudflare pointing to it, which is good. Then we have, let me see. So I've already mentioned Jenkins. only thing Jenkins is doing is acting as the deploy to the Dockers from the GitHub. Not the GitHub, the Git. I have a good experience with defining interfaces, or at least naming them, and then doing a plan. Then telling the LLM to not create more interfaces without asking me. That gives it the constraint and makes it easier to maintain. Ooh, interesting. I need to take a look at how to guide LLMs a bit better. Because eventually I might want to have my own, but let's see. For now, I'm good with Claude. At least it's been, how should I say it, satisfactory to at least talk with it. Here's a very important question. Go for it. Let me close off this. How in the actual are you using Jenkins by choice? It's what I'm basically used to, because back when I worked in microservices, we used Jenkins. So I kind of have the knowledge from it, and I was like, well, I don't feel like configuring Git to basically publish on its own, so I'm gonna put Jenkins. Jenkins should be fun, and for job applications, it also is helpful if I say that I have knowledge in Jenkins for CI/CD. So yeah, essentially it's basically just so I can build more experience with it. Because yeah, Git, I don't think I have it configured completely. Leroy Jenkins. I mean, the only thing worse than Jenkins is local Jira. Jira. Never again. I've worked with Jira, and I don't like it, honestly. Cloud Jira is actually okay these days, fair enough. Although Cloud Jira nowadays has too much AI in it, to the point it's slow. Local Jira, no. I'll burn down the building first. I've tried to build my own, how should I say it? My own ticketing system, but in the meanwhile, I've let go of the system for a bit because I had some transition from. I had a Windows server that I was paying for. Then I was seeing like this is getting too much expensive. I need to cut down on the costs. I'm gonna turn down the Windows server, migrate everything to GitHub pages, which basically was me saying to myself, okay, the ticketing system is basically gone because it's ASP.NET. So yeah, and now I'm waiting for a time to revive the ticketing system completely, but a bit more practical for me, per se. Because I do like Jira's interface, but the problem I have with Cloud Jira is, besides you having to pay for it, it's very slow sometimes if you have a ton of tickets. And you don't have a way for your users to submit tickets without having to sign in with an account. That belongs to your domain, essentially. Because what I was using my ticketing system for was so that anyone that plays my games, anyone that basically uses my libraries, could just basically go to my ticketing system, not even requiring a user account, just basically submitting for approval a ticket. I go in the dashboard, I approve the ticket, and then it appears in the list as in progress or backlog, whatever. I also had implemented sprints and everything, but I need to actually sit down, design an actual good ticketing system for my specific use case. Because I feel I can do something very interesting with that. I just need time. But yeah, if we go back to the early days of the channel, I should still have the VODs for it somewhere. What the heck? Selling Steam on the PS5. Holy. Okay, moving on. Life. I think if we go back enough. Oh boy, back in these days. Streamed 10 months ago, learning about application security, celebrating becoming a Twitch affiliate. When was it? Working on my websites. Okay, this was the framework. Oh, we can see the ticketing system here. Yeah, let me try to see if I can just show a bit of the ticketing system, how it was, because I no longer have it up, so I don't have a way to easily show. I need to spin up a new container for it. Okay. Basically, this is how it looked. You could. These buttons were basically useless. I never made the backlog and releases part. I used to manage everything from here. And yeah, you had the several steps in the development phase. As we can see, I had a lot of tasks in awaiting beta release, just because I had a beta branch of the Steam game. I managed releases. I even had dates for each release period. So essentially, it would be a sprint. Although my sprints were a bit more variable per se, I could generate release notes. This was very helpful because I could just press this button and instantly have a text that I could directly import into Steam to publish the release notes. And then I had the create ticket button, but this was available to logged in users and anonymous users. There was also things like, if I go back a bit or forward a bit, here, for example, this is how a ticket looked for me. Basically, I could add the title, I could add the description. I had here a part for the release notes. This text box was only for release notes, so I could just essentially copy from this. I could set the status, the release, what type of ticket, what's a priority. I had a comment section. Essentially, I had something already well defined, but it kind of was already having issues with being slow, and I feel like I didn't plan right from the start. So eventually I'm gonna reset the whole design and make it from the scratch again. So yeah, that's something to look forward to when I have some time. Right now with CodeTulip, I might not have that much time, but yeah, it's on the back burner for now. And of course, my stream goes down. One sec, upload issues. Okay, no. Okay, what's going on? Okay, it seems to still be on. What the heck, Restream? Yeah, Restream seems to not be getting everything. This is weird. Wait, are we coming back? Nope. Oh, for God's sake, what's wrong this time? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Okay, what's going on? Okay, download speed seems fine. Upload speed decided to chug. Okay, it's coming back. But it seems to be having issues. Okay, seems like the stream is back, I think. Yeah, does appear so. Had some minor issues over here. We should be back, supposedly. Can anyone hear me? But yeah, we should be back at full speed, I think. I don't know, like for a good amount of time, the frames were being dropped because the upload speed kind of tanked down for some reason. Let me see again. Okay, yeah, now it's stable. I don't know what's wrong, honestly. It's very weird. Where were we? Okay, we were going to run the Docker command. For that, I need to go back to PowerShell and run this. Oh, I don't have Docker desktop running. Give me a second. Oh, and ads are running. Okay, fair enough. For now, I'm just gonna dismiss my notification. Yeah. I'm going to drink some water while this is going to run. Much better. I hope stream doesn't fail again. Well, I'm gonna do the Docker thing. If Docker decides to run, because I don't see it wanting to run. Can I? Yeah, still not up. Very weird that Docker doesn't want to run. Can I do something like Docker? Okay, it should be running now. No. Interesting. Docker start, Docker stats, Docker kill. Is the instance just bugged or something? Let me see if it's running somewhere in here. Apologies. Nope, I don't see Docker here. Run as administrator. Let me see if that fixes it. Because yeah, I don't know why it's not opening. It's very weird. Oh well, if I need to, I can eventually run it from the server, but I'd prefer not to. Okay. Seriously, why can't you start? Oh, is it because of WSL? Is Docker freaking out because of WSL? Let's see. Docker desktop not opening. Windows 10. Docker for Windows won't launch. According to message, yeah, that's the same thing I'm having. It can work fine now after restart Windows service. Okay, services.msc. Docker. do. Docker. Start. The service wasn't even started. What the heck? Can you open the desktop program now? Apparently no. Can I run the command now? Apparently no. Ain't that fun? Stop. Reinstaller and select remove. Remove Docker in app data roaming. Remove Docker from program files. Restart the machine. Installed again. Anyone know what that is? Nope. Definitely no VM in Hyper-V. Is it because of WSL? For real? Docker will not start on WSL2. Does the Docker client work from PowerShell? If you don't actually need a Linux client, you can just run Docker from the Windows host. WSL integration just makes it available from a WSL distribution. Even though it's Docker desktop, restarting only the WSL distribution doesn't solve it. No, it doesn't. Okay, there's a solution here. I was thinking the same issue. This happens if the WSL Ubuntu distribution is running on WSL 1 instead of WSL 2. Have a glance on the step-by-step process provided in the attached screenshot. Okay. So, let me close that and say wsl.exe set version Ubuntu -24042. Oh, then what kind of Ubuntu are you running? Let me open a new instance of terminal. wsl.exe. Not what I meant. Exit. I can say set default version 2. wsl.exe. Is there an ls command? Okay. Help. How's life? Going well. Trying to learn stuff. Fine, I'll stretch and hydrate. I had just hydrated, but sure. Thank you for head pads. Let's see, version, update and install. Do you have a list of installs? System. Okay. Do I have a way to now run this command? If I open Docker, that is. Let's see, open file location, properties. Is there not a way for me to run this? Okay, it might be the other way around. Nope. I can just say, go to here, where your folder is, open with terminal. Okay. GPU process exited unexpectedly. Bugsnack. How do you like Windows 10 better than the Penguin of Madagascar? Has its good, has its bad stuff. I don't know. Okay. Let me see. Ugh. I kind of think that it was easier for me to Google stuff back in the day. Okay. Error content network service, blah blah blah. For real? I remember back in the day being able to do this, at least. Okay, this is Docker desktop. We'll start. I'm using Docker Desktop with WSL2. Docker Desktop status. Docker Desktop start. Okay, you can do this. Interesting. Today I learned. Okay, you don't have desktop. Let's start after update. I don't want to have to reboot my machine, honestly. Yes. The system reboot or stopping Docker Desktop executing and restarting Docker Desktop helps with the broken integration. Okay, so shutting down WSL, Docker. If that fixes it. Doesn't appear so. I don't know. Just a funny noise. 20 steps in vain. I had to manually double check the settings and fix the unchecked option. Yeah, the thing is, how do I fix that? Installing Docker on Windows via WSL. WSL set default version. Do I have to run Docker stuff through WSL now? Like, this is Docker and WSL2. WSL update. Okay. Restart the Docker desktop and my machine. Check the Docker desktop logs and event viewer logs. Yeah, I can't even open this screen. Let me go reinstall Docker desktop. Download Windows AMD 64. Downloads, yes. Open. Give it a second. This might take a bit. Okay. Docker Desktop installer. Is there an option to repair something? Summer Games Fest is starting. Okay. Version. Current version 473. Yes. Replace it. Which is your second favorite color? Pink, actually. Hence why the channel's theme is mostly pink and purple. So yeah. Unpacking files, etc. Let me go see how Summer Game Fest is. Although might not be exactly that good. Okay. The Game Awards. Which am I following the? I think so, because I just received a notification for it. Yeah. Main broadcast. I can co-stream. Is that so? Do you guys want to do this while I'm basically trying to figure out stuff? Huh. Now the window froze. Okay. Give it a second. Do what? Like, watch the Summer Game Fest. Because I can do that and I can basically do co-stream. It's just that it's a bit bugged, I think, because of chat. Yeah, now it's fine. Essentially, chat, I've played Warframe. Huh? Oh, Warframe drop. Yeah, it has a Warframe drop. And yeah, you can see even co-streamers in the list and things like those. Zentraya is doing a co-stream, holy. Fair enough. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about joining the guys that are basically going to watch it in a watch party, but yeah, I don't want to bother them with the stream. So yeah, if you guys want to watch the Summer Game Fest, I can basically co-host it. Because what I'm trying to do... Oh, should be done. Let's see if the command now... Okay. Docker... Zintreya, I have no way. Zentreya. You know, the dragon VTuber? Ah, yeah. Ah, golly. Okay, now it worked. Docker engine is now working fine. Just give it a second. But yeah, if I can do this, maybe at 10 we can watch the Summer Game Fest. So yeah. I try to distance myself from virtual life and focus on IRL. Normie. I'm joking. Okay, there it goes. So this container I can delete because I was running tests locally. Let me... Okay, now it works. What's your average phone screen time? 3 hours? 4? I don't know. I don't have the will to check it right now. Overall, ain't got a clue. Okay, deprecated features, etc, etc, etc. Time to start RabbitMQ. Okay. So RabbitMQ should have started by now. We can go in here. So download blah blah, server itself, blah blah. Okay. RabbitMQ management. Login with username guest and password guest. Okay. Guest. Okay. Run submit CLI tests using the Boot.dev CLI tool. I need a Boot.dev CLI tool. Okay. Install. Go install. Holy. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, we need to install Go, which is another programming language. Oh. Yeah. Give me a second. How many hours a day did you program when you had a job? 3, 4 hours? Oh, at the job. 7-ish? Okay, I need to do this. Okay, it's running. Got it. Isn't that unhealthy? It's my job. So yeah. What did you expect? Let me see. Notifications, nothing important. Okay. Still installing Go. Okay. Boot.dev CLI. Go install. Okay, I need to Go installed for this. Fair enough. And I'm going to need to use it via WSL. Okay. Fair enough. WSL. Can I just go through here? I suppose the Docker won't break. No. Okay. So actually I can use the command that was said here, because I need to install it inside of the Windows subsystem for Linux. Is it unhealthy? Mentally, yes. So yeah, I don't advise for many people. Okay, then we do this command. What do you mean Go is not installed? WSL. Okay, now it is. So I should not become a programmer. I don't advise. So yeah. If you like programming, maybe. Or maybe a lawyer, that's... Do you like to suffer? Holy. Okay, I can then run this. Give it a second. Okay. Can it already... Okay, it reloads with the configurations, good. Then... Do I need to configure this? Oh, Boot.dev login. To authenticate with your Boot.dev account. Right. Paste your login code. Let me open this to the side. And this to the side. CLS. Clear. Okay. Now we did it. Who likes server? Ask yourself that. It is what it is. Run. Okay, submit. Huh. Oh, I get it. That's why we need the Boot.dev client. It's for this. Okay, interesting. Optional configure CLI to override the default base URL by running blah blah. Okay, interesting. Alternative brokers. We are using RabbitMQ in this course because it's popular in the industry, it's open source, it can be run locally without much hassle. I've used it for years and it's the one I'm most qualified to teach. That said, there are some others. Here's a short list. Also, let me just check here if we can see like what exactly happened. I don't think I can exactly navigate through this easily. So yeah. What does Boot.dev have to do with this? Because I'm learning RabbitMQ and they have a course on it. So yeah. RabbitMQ is a popular open source message broker written in Erlang that implements the AMQP protocol. It's flexible, powerful, and has a great built-in management UI. If you have complex routing, filtering, and delivery requirements, then it can be a great choice. I don't have it paid, it's on a trial at the moment. Though I might pay if I do see that it's a good thing to have. Kafka is written in Java, but despite that, it is an amazing piece of software. Kafka is optimized for high throughput, low latency, and fault-tolerant systems. To be honest, it's more of a distributed streaming platform than a message broker. It can be easier to scale up, although it doesn't have all the features of RabbitMQ. Apache also makes ActiveMQ, which is another popular message broker and more similar to RabbitMQ. Amazon SQS, this is the one I know. Simple Queue Service. It's a fully managed message queue system on AWS. It's not open source and you can't run it locally. However, it's much less work to set up and maintain in production because it's managed by AWS. RabbitMQ offers more routing features and flexibility, in fact. SQS probably has the fewest routing features, being more like a point-to-point solution, but it's a great choice if you need a simple, easy-to-use, scalable message queue on AWS. Thank you. I've been told that I have a radio voice. Yeah. And today on our program, let's learn about message queue systems. To further mention, our point of study today will be RabbitMQ. uh, and yes, I can do a posh accent from time to time, though I don't have much experience working with it. Turns volume. Are you gonna make me have to use that accent specifically? Fine. Google PubSub is also a fully managed service. It's not open source, but it's easy to use on Google Cloud Platform and scales well. It's a great choice if you're already using Google Cloud and want a fully managed message broker. Its usage patterns feel more similar to Kafka than RabbitMQ or SQS in my experience. NAT is a high performance. NAT is a high performance open source messaging broker written in Go. It's known for being a cloud native messaging system due to being lightweight, statically compiled, and easy to deploy. You can read more if you're interested. For God's sake. You do know it's not easy to talk with that specific accent if I don't have much experience with it. I just switch sometimes. Okay. Which cannot be run locally, SQS. It was explained in the text. Rabbit is written in Erlang, and Kafka is written in Java. Yeah. Have you completed this lesson? My scaffold the Peril project. Fork and then clone starter code from GitHub and move it somewhere on your machine. We will use this project for the rest of the course. The starter code contains a few interesting things. Pork. When did I say pork? I said fork. For God's sake. Okay. Game logic directory, which contains game logic modules for the Peril game. Yada 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 yada. Install the TypeScript AMQP library. npm install AMQP lib. Okay, if I go to my development here, I'm gonna open terminal and say mkdir. I want the studies folder. cd studies mkdir RabbitMQ git clone. Don't test me. But yeah. Okay, we have 7 minutes for Summer Games Fest. Why what? Oh, don't test me. Because CD something. Oh, of course, the upload speed decides to break. One second, upload speed issues. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, we should be back. Emphasis on should. Let me just see if stream is correct. Okay. Does seem fine. Unless... Let me see. Picture is back, yeah. Just checking on the YouTube streams. They do appear fine, so yeah, that's a good thing. I might have to switch to Streamlabs OBS if this continues, because I need an actual solution for multi-streaming, and apparently Restream is not working for me. So yeah, let me just see if Streamlabs.com has a few things. Also, let me take out the freaking ahoge that keeps appearing for some reason. Let me see, do you have multi-stream here? It should be. Streamlabs OBS multi-stream. It is back, yeah. Okay, they have some sort of thing for this. No. I will stream to YouTube and Twitch. That's what I promised, so yeah. Reach more viewers and grow your following faster, expand your reach, new creators, multi-stream regularly, blah blah. Free multi-streaming with dual output. Okay, so Streamlabs desktop has that functionality. But I think I'm the one that has to handle everything. Feature that allows you to broadcast your live stream to multiple platforms at once. With multi-stream, you can go live, blah blah. We process your stream on our server so you can expand your reach without straining your PC. Okay. I might move to Streamlab OBS just because of this. Though it's not gonna be easy. Because I have a lot of things configured in my OBS right now. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it here so I can eventually configure it. Where was I? I was going to do this. We have this. I'm gonna npm install AMQP lib. Okay, managed to install. Code dot, just to open this with code. And update the file index.ts. Okay. Yes, trust the authors. Why do I have this open still? src server index.ts. Apologies. Okay. We updated in the main function. Do the following: declare connection string. Let me put like this then. If I have to code while I'm reading all of this, Control B and close Copilot. Okay. Let me see. Declare connection string with the value. Okay. Const and string equals this. I think I can do it like that. Let me do with quotes. Okay. Make your main function async and call AMQP connect. Okay. The main function is already async. So I just need to do this. Okay. Print the message to the console that the connection was successful. Okay. Let's see. Console.log connection successful. Wait for signal. Control C to exit the program. You can use nodes process.on. How does this work? node process dot on. Yeah, how can I implement this? Okay, I'll just say process on exit, do that. Next, wait for signal. If signal is received, print a message to the console that the program is shutting down. And call connection.close on.close. Okay. That should work then. How do I open the terminal from here like this? Okay, Control Shift and that C. Okay. npm run dev. Is that the command? No. What is the configured command? npm run server. Okay. Uh-huh. Wait, do I have everything installed? Oh, apparently, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Connection successful, and Control C. Process exit to it with code 130. Yeah. That's exactly it. npm run rabbit start. Oh, this needs to run. Huh. I need to run this from the WSL, apparently. cd td ls cd studies RabbitMQ and this npm. Okay, you already have this. Dot is not recognized. What do you mean? Package log, package.json. .src scripts rabbit sh start is not valid. What the heck? Yeah, this is still trying to run in a different way. That's why. Let me see if I run it manually. cd scripts src scripts bash rabbit start. You don't say. Yeah. I think the way I'm doing this doesn't work that well. Let me see. Git bash. See if like this it runs better. Oops. npm run rabbit start. Okay, whatever. And a script start a RabbitMQ server with Docker in the background. Uh-huh. Start to run. Docker start Peril RabbitMQ. I see. This is a bit annoying, not gonna lie. I mean, we ran the npm run server and it did show the message correctly. Oh. Yes. Never mind. I'm dumb. Ooh, you can try and watch the Game Awards. if it's not laggy or something. Hmm. What the heck? Hmm. You know what? Never mind. I don't feel like watching it. Nowadays, I don't feel much interested in these games that get announced, so yeah. Let's see, AMQP protocol. Communication protocol is just some rules that define how messages are sent, received, and understood. You can think of the English language as a protocol. If we agree that the word cat refers to the little four-legged demons that have domesticated us, then we can communicate effectively about them. AMQP is a protocol that RabbitMQ implements. The Advanced Message Queuing Protocol is an open standard for passing business messages between applications or organizations. While Kafka, SQS, Google PubSub, and Nats use their own protocols, not AMQP. AMQP is still an open standard, and other message brokers like ActiveMQ, Cupid, Solus, and Azure Service Bus also implement it, as we can see here. Why use AMQP? The biggest advantage of an open protocol like AMQP is interoperability. If you're using RabbitMQ for your project and want to switch to ActiveMQ, you can do so without changing your code, or at least not very much of it. HTTP is another open standard. It doesn't matter if you use Go or JavaScript to write your web server. They both speak HTTP and can serve the same incoming requests. I noticed that you stopped playing music in your streams altogether. Yeah, I felt tired of constantly having to switch off the output, which does not adhere to the AMQP protocol. SQS. Easy. Same thing. Which does adhere? RabbitMQ. Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, we have another one of these. Create a file called Dockerfile with the following contents. For RabbitMQ, okay. You have to go here, new file, Dockerfile. Put this here. Let me go back to Docker shell. Docker build -t RabbitMQ-stomp. Dot. Can you finish a course for free on there? I don't think so. There's a trial. Let me go see the pricing. 28 euros a month. Though there are promo codes that you can use. What do I get as well? You can demo the first few chapters of each course with full interactivity, but after that you'll be in free mode or read-only mode. In free mode, you won't be able to complete lessons, take quizzes, or do the interactive parts of the courses. As a paid member, you get access to everything. Yeah, it's not cheap. You can try to get... essentially, you can try to get, like, discount codes. For example, this one is 25% off a yearly subscription, but I think some YouTubers have for the monthly one. I'm not sure. It's like 56 BGN a month. I don't know what's BGN. I suppose it's the Bulgarian currency. Okay, so I did this. If you have Rabbit running, Rabbit stop, take a look at the contents of src scripts. Use the image you just built. Expose the Stomp port 61613. So Dockerfile. We only have this. Take a look at the rabbit.sh. Okay, you want me to run something like this. Copy. Let me Control B just to get that away. So the container is, where is it? Let me take out the -d. Okay, it's this one right at the front. We called it RabbitMQ Stomp. And we want to say RabbitMQ Stomp. The port I want to expose is 61613. 61613. I don't want to expose any other port. Okay. Unable to find RabbitMQ Stomp latest. Then what's it called? Docker images. Never mind me. We used Euro since January 1st. Okay, fair enough. There it goes. It's trying to run. Yeah. Use the image, blah blah, run the container. Use a Netcat. Okay. Am I not missing the RabbitMQ one? The heck did I do? Did I leave the WSL environment by mistake? I want, where's the command? Oh. But did I not have like a terminal running the Docker for Rabbit? Could have sworn I had one. Okay. Can now do Netcat. Yep. Run submit. Failed fetch 15672 because I don't have RabbitMQ running. When we'll watch the game thing. That's the thing. I don't think I want to watch it that much because that sounds like there's gonna be a lot of boring games to watch, and no. The terminal is basically just because issue. I need to go back and fetch the command for the Docker. Should be on this PowerShell. Here. There it is. Okay, now it's running. So, if I were to run this command in here, okay, it ran, and crap. Expected a response body to contain RabbitMQ Stomp, but it did not. Oh, not again. Okay. While stream is working, let me go see who to raid because I need to fix this issue. Because this is getting annoying, and it does appear to be a restream that might be the cause. I don't know. Restream my internet something. Okay, fair enough. Let me see who to raid. Oh, Carbs Code is going to start stream, so let's go raid Carbs Code. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. I'll think of something. I'll try to find an explanation to give you on Discord, essentially. But yeah, let's go raid Carbs Codes, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. So yeah, class dismissed.